Hello human beings, I am crazylegsjan and welcome back to VR in a wheelchair. Today we are testing out a game called Tentacular. Tentacular is a fun cartoonish looking game where you become a giant squid. Think Godzilla or King Kong size. You start out by talking to a girl that controls the city's light tower. We later get to know her as our sister. Surprised, we are adopted. Shortly after, the mayor parachutes in and tells us that I need to go to the town because I turned 16 and I now need to get a job. You interact with the people by tapping their heads with your tentacles. You can pretty much grab and throw anything that is in the world, including the people there. If you drop a person in the water, they automatically get a safety ring on so they float. In the city we talk to the mayor and find out by the city council that we kinda terrorize the city. But all this is forgiven because we just need to get a job. We get to the place where a machine which looks like an old CRT TV will determine what kind of job we'll get. It determines that by getting us to do some random task like catching stuff being thrown at us. Or that we need to slingshot some stuff to tear down some buildings that needs to get demolished either way. I kind of feel like that all the way up to getting your first job is the tutorial of the game, because when you get the job as a garbage man, then the fun begins as you find a flying sorcerer and weird stuff happens. The flying sorcerer does something to you, and the next thing you know is that you will find yourself underwater where you need to crawl up a chain, and then you wake up by your sister's island with bandages on your tentacles on the tips. It seems like a super fun game. I only played a bit of it. You can always reset the world by turning to either side of you until you find a reset house where you open the lid to it and then you pull the lever and then it resets the world that you're in. In the reset house there is also a lever to return you to the city so you can do other quests. The game has height offset so you can adjust it, so you should be able to reach everything. You can also adjust the tentacles thickness, which I don't understand the reason behind just yet. You grab stuff with the trigger buttons on both the Oculus/Meta Quest 2 and the HTC Vive controllers. I currently find the Quest controllers the better choice because of the softer and better trigger button for longer periods of use, but that's just my opinion. You move around by using the left-hand joystick on the Oculus Meta Quest 2 or the left-hand touchpad on the HTC Vive. You snap turn by using the right-hand joystick on the Oculus Meta Quest 2 or the right-hand touchpad on the HTC Vive. You turn about 30 degrees, I would say. I would love if that could be adjusted in the options. I didn't notice the screen door effect with the HTC Vive headset. Sure, the clarity isn't as high as with the Oculus Meta Quest 2 headset, but it's not a difference that would break the game experience. You also get your own island, that where you can do whatever you feel like. You can build a building if you feel like that, or throw cars in the seas. On your island you also find two other levers. One of the levers is to save the current build that you have on the island. Later on in the missions you get to mess around with the sorcerer. I only just messed around with it, but then I stopped playing so I could actually edit this video here. Oh, by the way, you can pet the dogs in this game. You can play this in a wheelchair, or sitting without any problems because of the height adjustment and snap turning. Also your arms, or in this case tentacles, are fairly long, so it's not a problem reaching stuff when you have adjusted the height to suit you. The game is on Steam for €22.99. It's on Oculus Store for $24.99, and finally it's also on the Quest 2 store for $24.99. If you feel like I'm missing something or could have done something differently, then leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out this video where I'm testing Walkabout Minigolf VR as a wheelchair user.